We believe in the Shaman. I'm down for the Shaman. You know, I'm not really a fan of either of these cards. I guess sometimes this card can be okay. Alright, whatever. I like Muckpool. Muckpool's kind of fun. I think Bolt's probably a little bit better than Geyser, but what if I get a Shard and Scroll? Take a Dark Fallen Shadow here. Got like one Fire Ellie, right? High roll Shaman. Man, could you imagine? How crazy would that be? Maybe just Clergy here. Not really a fan of any of these. Diver. Let's grab a Diver. This is nice. I actually really like Carving Chisel, but let's grab a Cruddy Caretaker. We have a Muckpool. Try this Pack the House card out. Primordial Wave, Pack the House. Gorlock Ravager I actually don't hate either. Kind of feel like Anchored Totem is low-key kind of powerful. It's nice to have one chill vibes, but it's early. I'm gonna get a couple Schooling. Oh god, kill me. Schooling's better than a Shard and Scroll, but I like having fun. We'll get more, right? Come on, let's be honest with ourselves. Let's take another Cruddy Caretaker. I think Altered Chord is okay. With some Overload here or there. Interesting. Inza is okay. Baroness, honestly, I think is actually not a great payoff. A lot of the time it just kind of feels bad when I evolve it. I do have 2 evolve cards. We have 1 Overload, 2 Overload. I guess VASHJ is better. Schooling is better than Pack the House. Yeah, you might be right. Let's take the 8. I do like Stereo Totem a little, but let's grab that. Could just grab a Sea Giant as well. Sure. I like this 8 so much. I'm actually not a big fan of this card. Deck's getting a little too heavy, but what are you going to do? We'll get some stuff. Transmutation for our Baroness VASHJ. The Overload card or the Champion? We could grab the 2-drop too, just to cycle through things early. You know, I need some real 2-drops, huh? Alright, I'm just going to take that so I have something to do on 2. Okay, I'd like that Schooling back. You watch football? Like soccer football or American football? I watch American football, but like real football, I don't watch a ton. I like, you know, the World Cup and stuff. I watched some of the games, this most recent one, but I don't follow it like day to day. Yeah, I like the NFL. I root for the Los Angeles Rams, but I kind of just like having. I kind of like to put any game on, you know. Man, I need 2, so this card's so much better. Oh man, I need 2s, but Jazz Bass is pretty good. Alright, I can take this too. Oh, but I want to dredge my scroll. Okay, it's fine. I'll pick up a 2 starting now. Yeah, here, this 2's good. Scourge Troll's not great, but we do have the stupid card. But this is a good 2. I actually like this card too. Another Geyser? Sure. This card's very good. Cold Storage, man, I love Cold Storage. All right, let's try this bad boy out. Yeah, so I kind of like with the NFL, I feel like I can just watch. I just put any game on, and I'm okay to like. I could watch the whole game and feel entertained. Sort of the same with the NHL, although I care a lot more when the LA Kings are playing. But I kind of like to just throw on a hockey game, pretty much any 2 teams. The NBA, like, I probably wouldn't want to watch like a Hornets Magic game in February, you know? But I like the NBA too. It's my only Pack the House. Let's just keep it. Let's see how stupid that card is. Watch a lot of football. NFL has a lot of downtime. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Tom? Yeah, the NFL... The American football, it is to stop and go. There's like a commercial every like 8 minutes or some crazy thing. But I like it. Like, I like to have football on when football season starts, like on Sunday morning. Just like kind of get up, put a football game on, and kind of, you don't have to sit and watch it all, but yeah, okay, what's the score? Oh, it's a good game. All right, let me like sit down. Like, I wouldn't want to put like a baseball game on at all if it's, you know, the Cardinals playing the Brewers again, you know. Even the World Series, like if the Dodgers aren't in, like I have no interest in watching any baseball game. And I like baseball. That's farther down than hockey, NFL, NBA. Even I'd rather watch like World Cup games or I'd rather watch the Masters. I'd rather watch a tennis major with just like players I don't know who they are, rather than watch a baseball game between two teams I don't care about. I'd rather watch golf. I like golf. I like watching golf. I find golf to be very entertaining, very relaxing, but it's also, you know, gotta see if they get it in the hole. Would you rather watch curling than MLB? No. Most of the sports in the Olympics rank lower. Man, this is so good. I could just play Pack the House. Most of the sports in the Olympics rank lower than like the more traditional sports.
Elements guide me.
I think that I just despise the Olympics. For 2 weeks, I have to hear about like everybody's an expert on some sport they've never seen before, and I have to see all these stupid Olympics commercials where people are like, and it's like, just shut up. Nobody cared. Nobody cared last week. Nobody's gonna care a week from now. Everybody stop pretending. We just collectively, we don't care. It's all right. We don't care. But they gotta sell us a MasterCard or whatever. It's the only time I ever see a MasterCard commercial. Oh my god, remember when this was a card? I need 4 corpses? I care about the swimming. No, you don't. You're a pervert. How about the biathlon? No, I don't care about that. I don't care about the cross-country skiing, where they walk on snow and then shoot rifles. I'm also not implying that any of this is like easy to do, but I also want to be explicitly clear. I'm also not implying that I have any interest in it whatsoever.
A thirst beyond death.
That is so insanely good here.
A thirst beyond death.
Malignant is back. It's undraftable, but it can be generated, so we evolved into it. And there's no, like, discover an undead. Oh, that's not true. Amalgam could discover this.
Give that minion a turn to get ready.
Give that minion a turd. I want to see the drugged up Olympics. The athletes have no restrictions as to what they consume. They have that. It's called the Olympics. Yeah, everybody's juicing anyway, right? Also, hey Cosmic, welcome back, man. You're somewhat red, but I'm talking full blown. You want to see like cyberpunk edge runners all mech'd out and roided up. That's called Russian hockey. Is that true? Poor Paladin, don't ever say those words ever again. Poor Redbeard. I didn't expect to arrive on a savage Olympic rant. Hey Taz, how are you? 666 Hell 2013. Thanks for the follow, man. That's where Poet's going, if there is one. Probably not, though. He's not that bad. Poor Redbeard. That's what I'm talking about. Poor noble Redbeard. Good luck with the games. Hey, are you here from Alienware? Or are you here because you like Hearthstone? Both are fine. I'm just curious. People seem to be going crazy over that Alienware extension, man. I've been going hog wild. Dude. Oh my god, I'm so screwed. Alienware. I play Hearthstone and I watch some streams. Oh, okay, cool. So disregard that. I guess I can just devolve what I can devolve what's eating all these buffs, hopefully. But yeah, it's not, I don't know. There's just an extension down there. I don't know if we need a command. Maybe we do. Red only hates the Olympics because he was highly fancied to join the American wrestling team, but his shorts ripped in the lead up and they had to evacuate the arena. That's not true. Wow, okay. Not the worst. Close though, kind of close to the worst. Should I do that? Probably not, huh? Guess I'm taking that. Well, I guess I'm doing nothing. I'm not sure what it's about. Did Alienware sponsor Arena? So they're a sponsor of Team Liquid, and they have asked me and a couple other creators to sort of activate a Twitch extension where people can acquire points to get Alienware gear from their website while we're streaming. So kind of like how we have Hearthstone Deck Tracker running so you can click the things, we have another Twitch extension running where people just hanging out here are acquiring Alienware points, I believe. Hey, what's up, Daniel? Good to see you, man. Which I think is pretty cool. I get 2 spells, or I skip my turn. I guess I could start here. Lyceum, Australia, thank you so much. I am going to be 1 card short, is that right? Oh no, because I'm gonna get another card from this. Holy shimoly. Too much of this shit. Guess next turn I can play this. Go up to 9. Okay, I think that's fine, right? How are things? Things are good, man. We just had a 10-win run. Oh, we just had a 4-win run. But that's a 7-win average. That's pretty good. Honestly, I'm very happy that that Clean the Scene came out. Now, what else is coming out in the immediate future? I'm not sure, but... Would you tell me to bot and watch the streams so I can sell Alienware decks? I'm sure they have some stops for things like that, but I don't know definitively. I would say make sure you follow their TOS agreement and don't try to game the system. That could only hurt Redbeard. I got a 4 and an 8 today, and my average went down. That's pretty good, though. I mean, those are good scores. It was a successful raid. Did the raid even work? I tried it, but I have no idea. I'm new. Yeah, it went through. Thank you so much. Without you, I'd be dead. Oh man, this is nasty. I can go 4. Do I ever not pack the house here? I can devolve the ever-loving shit out of this. Oh, I don't have that much mana. Who cares? Why do I need to freeze it anyway? She may be a Naga, but she's not nasty. Well, looks like she's got an odor to her. Bit fishy. Where do we see the list of live Twitch channels through Alienware? I was actually looking to see if we were on it, but I couldn't find a list of anyone. But people showed up here and said that I was on a list. A different sort of list than I'm usually on, I believe. Don't click this, okay? Don't click that. Category, support, configure. Somewhere I ended up there.
Run as fast as you can.
Psychic detective coming through.
Oops, I accidentally reported the extension. Okay, what am I doing here? Devolving again. That's a delightful devolve. But then I don't get to push anything, huh?
I wonder.
Wait, I guess I don't want to, Oh god, what am I doing? I guess I don't want to devolve while I have this in there. Sorry, my Raid Shadow Legends cubes are ready. Did Death Knight get nerfed? I don't think so. Not after the initial kind of... they've done one nerf where they stopped... Death Knight from getting offered a lot of good cards. I think I've gotten this card every time. Wow, look at that roll. He probably should have waited half a second and realized Redbeard is the worst Pack the House roller that ever lived. It's just a random streamer showing and Red has a 1% chance to show up there one day? Is that right? Start earning this. Hold on, let me click that. Huh. By clicking it, it doesn't even go to their thing. It didn't even take me to their Twitch chat. It took me to like a long list of description of I don't have a lot of 2s. I'm gonna try really hard to find a 2 or a 3. It's a higher chance than showing up on the front page of Twitch. Oh, it's a 0% chance for me, apparently. Apparently that's not a possibility. Not until I, Never. That'll probably never happen. There's some sort of arena tournament going on. Are you in it? Cosmic was putting on an arena tournament. I submitted 2 runs. I didn't get Warrior and I didn't get Priest. And my Shaman deck had no cards above 5 mana, and that included Pack the House. We went 4 and in both games. So I believe tomorrow is the last day. We did not move on to the next round. Due in large part, in my opinion, to me getting screwed. You need some big bazongas to be on the front page. But tomorrow is the last day of Cosmic's tournament. With a long way away, but James and I are actually working on putting on another tournament. It's a long way away, but it's in the works, and we're gonna try to get some aspect of it in person. It might just be James and I and his crew. James Bot, you guys might not be super familiar with him, but James Bot he works for Rocket League, and they have kind of like a, somewhat of a production, company capabilities. They've rented out a studio. They have the equipment. They have the camera work. They have the knowledge, the expertise, and whatnot. Right now, it's like a few months away, but trying to get like a pretty big prize pool going and try to invite some of the big streamers, see if any of them will come out and sit in that beautiful studio with us. I'm kind of excited. Wow, keep getting that one. My Hawk, thank you for the 6 months. I found it. Am I here? Snooby-Doo, Redbeard. Wow, there's not a lot. Oh, and Bunny Hopper. Cool. Well, if you're here from there, good luck, man. Getting the Alienware points. I can't play this. Oh, my guy's dead. Oh, now I can. That's great. Is there any use adding that to a command? I don't think so, because once they're already here, they already knew about it. I think that'd be super dope. Yeah, it's in the works. It's not here yet, and it's far away because we're in sort of the planning stages. But I've reached out to Liquid to see if they have any potential sponsors, and he's reaching out currently to some local businesses in his area that might want to sponsor it, that he's worked with in the past for other tournaments. They had a $14,000 prize pool for a Rocket League tournament that they put on themselves. Daniel, thank you for gifting one to Pissbeard, the legendary Pissbeard. Thank you so much, Daniel, and thank you, My Hawk. For people like me who have no idea what you're talking about when you're thanking the Alienware people, well, I don't think it'll come up too much.
Might or magic.
It's just new. It's new as of like 2 days ago. I really hope he's able to find a sponsor for the tournament. What if I'm able to do it? I can do things. Not many, but I can do things. If you know what I'm saying. Play those two. I can kill this one.
Suffocate.
The results of my
Elements guide me.
This is the worst arena meta I have ever played. Drafted a good deck, lost to 2 priests. Both games lasted 20 minutes.
I stand
It's not the best arena meta ever.
I bring the rhythm.
Convincing Disguise would be good here. Yeah, it would be alright. It'd be alright. You're welcome. Your name won you some. You know, it almost feels like Pissbeard is somewhat insulting to the legendary Redbeard.
Suffocate.
But I don't think it is. Plus, nobody ain't ever pissed at my beard.
You're in the right place to melt your face.
Dude, I am popping off right now. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing something here. Working on a stratagem. I'd be your sponsor if I could. You might have to be a different sort of sponsor for me one day. They should ban Sunwell. So many spell discoveries. I don't see too much Sunwell, but every time I see Sunwell now, it's misery. Last meta, it was like nothing but Sunwells because the Discover stuff hadn't been nerfed down. So like Viziers and Pandas and Scorpids were all in, and every game, every other game felt like it was determined by who had one and discovered a Sunwell. 17 damage with a 9/9 and an 8/8 on turn 9. Quantum, it's wonderful to have you here. I don't think this one's even close to being the worst arena meta ever. Without the purchased accounts, we actually get to win games. Now, when I was on NA, we faced like 10 2 days ago. Today we faced 0 barcode accounts. Maybe it's an NA problem, not an EU problem, I don't know. But I think there have been way worse metas than this. I think my experience has been absolute agony because I'm getting a arbitrary auto-determined loss against a deck that's cost somebody 21 cents, like, you know, a humongous percentage of the games. Anything more than 0 is detrimental, but it's got to be 15% of our games are just lost to that. But yeah, I think that if Druid was offered better stuff more often, and Warlock was offered better stuff more often, and Hunter was at all playable, I think I would actually quite enjoy a lot of aspects of this meta. You get to do fun stuff with a lot of classes. The problem is Priests and Warriors get to do way more powerful stuff than you every turn of every game of every draft, so it kind of saps that enjoyment for most of us, I think. You should ban the Priest card that gives you infinite spells, and the Mage one. They just shouldn't be able to be discovered from the nearly infinite amount of things they feel like they can be discovered from, in my opinion. Like, Mage still has access to a lot of discover a random spell, the suspicious cards. It's the discover pool that creates a huge amount of problems. I've drafted 1 Infinitize the Maxitude and 1 Svalna in my entire career of playing Hearthstone, and I play more than most people. But I've cast about 1 trillion of them, and the main reason why is because you just discover them. Like, those cards are in like 2% of decks or whatever. Like 1 out of every 50 mage decks. So it's like, how many mages have I played today? Like 1? I'd play probably 0 Infinitize the Maxitudes over the whole meta at that ratio. Maybe 1 or 2. Just mage decks that actually have it in their deck. let alone draw it and get, you know, the value and have that determine the outcome. That's a really low percentage. But like you know, your experience and my experience and our complaints always end up being you face it every other day because it gets discovered and then cast 100 times against you. Guess I use a fish to kill the 1/1. I guess I play this over this. They don't like making discover pools different for arena. They mentioned it earlier in the days. I think they mentioned that they don't have the capability of doing it. But then we got a wild discover pool fairly recently, and that was something. Changing the arena or changing the discover pool for constructed would have made sense 5 years ago, and makes even more sense now. It's stupid to have you discovering things like the Scourge from a 1-mana 1/1 or the Sunwell from a 1-mana 1/2 or whatever. You know, that's dumb. So if you want to design horrible cards like Scourge and Sunwell and such, and also make them acquirable while developing minions, like, that doesn't make any sense. It's really asinine. Which I think has been a huge detriment to a lot of people's enjoyment of Hearthstone and to the, you know, success and validity of a lot of constructed aspects even. Just keeping it for constructed is foolish, in my opinion. You know, as much as people kind of meme, like, why build a deck if you can just discover your deck while you're playing the game? That's not good. Above a mid-roll house, I'm sure they'll destroy it all. When I high roll it, it just means it's going to end up in their hand, I would guess. Frozen Touch is pretty toxic. I think Frozen Touch is more of a problem than Infinitize the Maxitude. Infinitize the Maxitude or like Frozen Touch next to Infinitize the Maxitude, like, that's just the spell that you would take from Infinitize the Maxitude every turn. It's like Infinitize the Maxitude, only it deals 3 instead of nothing, and then it adds Frozen Touch to your hand every time. That card, I think Frozen Touch is way worse than Infinitize the Maxitude. Frozen Touch should definitely have a higher infuse cost, a cap on how much damage it can do. There's a lot they could do for that. Yeah, I guess I'm doing something like this, maybe. I'm sure this board's going away this turn. It's frustrating when you play arena decks that are better than constructed decks. It didn't used to be that way. Yeah, you need a lot of work to make arena function well, I think, and I don't think they've shown that they have a huge desire or capability, maybe even, to put in that work, sadly, for us, you know, the guys and gals that are playing arena all day, every day, and enjoying it. We enjoy something that they don't have a strong desire to invest time in. They never really have. How many wins with the Priest? The Priest went 10. Could they possibly cap Discovers? I mean, are you asking if it's physically possible? Absolutely. Are you asking if it's possible that they'll ever do that just for arena? I would say, yeah, it's possible, but it's highly unlikely that they would ever actually do that. Oh my god. We actually got Rush. I said before, I'm going to say it again. Arena has no monetary value. That's not true. So they're trying to put minimum effort into it. They're kind of saying, in my country, little money, little football. Yeah, you don't know how much it makes.
I prefer post-hop government.
That's like a completely erroneous statement. And if you put in zero effort and make zero money, then if that were true, that would make sense. It's about potential money as well, and potential revenue. So if you invested $10,000 worth of research and development and you made $100,000, then you'd be stupid not to do it, right? But you also don't have any idea how much they make, and you don't have any idea what the player base is. They don't reveal that stuff. You don't know how valuable that is to have a returning player base or a player base spending X amount of hours per day in. Like, all that stuff matters. I'm not trying to pick on you, but it's this kind of foolish notion that people kind of spout out without really having any knowledge on the situation.
Guide me.
$50 of runes would last me a month, but they're for sure making money. Yeah, and it's like, if you're spending $1 million to whatever, develop battlegrounds, code battlegrounds, advertise battlegrounds, update battlegrounds, and it makes you $1 million, that's not as valuable as spending $0 on arena or construct it or anything and making $100,000, unless you find a way to monetize battlegrounds, which they really kind of haven't done, even though they spend a lot of time doing it. But I would imagine it's way more valuable for them to have a huge player base logging in every day that you can cite, and then your stock shares rise 50 cents. And if you have 1 million shares, you make $500,000 in a day. Whereas if you say, hey, we lost X amount of players, the price of the stock's going to dip, you're going to lose a ton of money. Like, that's just how they're really, the people who are making decisions at the top of a big company are making money. That's how they're making their money. They're not making a quarter every time you buy an arena run or whatever. They're not making a substantial amount of money every time you buy a battleground skin.
Give Forsaken Scar Metal a chance, man.
The share price just couldn't care about player base. They care about expected future cash flows to shareholders. Yeah, and how do you think people make games? How do you think they make money off of games? By having people play them. And I'm sure you can cite X amount of players could spend X amount of money. And if you have 1 million players, they're probably way more likely to gain you revenue rather than if you have 1,000 players. So that's why maintaining the player base is important. Right? Like, 1,000 players might spend $1 million. Probably not, but 1 million players are probably a lot more likely to spend $1 million than 1,000. And I'm sure with mobile games like Hearthstone, you're not looking for like Daniel to spend $1 and me to spend $1 on an arena run and Cooley to spend $1 on an arena run. You're looking to have 1 million players so that 1% of them spend $10,000 or whatever.
Thrall versus Thrall.
For Doomhammer. For the Frost.
But anyway, the point was just we only speculate. So people have this notion that like we know what everything makes and what everything costs and what everybody's doing, and we don't. We don't. We just have our little bubbles of expectations and desires, and it's hard to look beyond that. I wish you would give some arena fans more love. I mean, we get a lot more than we used to. So if you're a new arena player, it probably feels really miserable. If you've been playing for 10 years, they used to do nothing. The only things that used to change, hey, there's that DJWNB account. I think it's a different account, but we always play this one. The only thing they used to do was release a new set and then just add it to the arena. That was it. There were no mini sets. Like 3 times a year, you'd get a new set added to arena. There was no adjustments of offering rates. There was no transparency with any of that. There was no, they didn't rotate sets. It just had a big glob of piloted shredders. That's all you were playing 4 or 5 years. No basis. I think with so many game modes, Arena's losing out. So they think if they're going to put more effort into the other game modes, it's worth more spending effort on Arena. Arena is making a loss for them in a sense. That if you put the same amount of effort into another game mode, it will yield more money. Yeah, I'm sure that a lot of this is plausible and speculative. You're just talking about, again, there being 1 million people who play a single game of Battlegrounds or whatever in the course of a month, and maybe it's 50,000 or 100,000 people who play a single game of Arena in a month. So you look at that as potential revenue, as it being more viable for sure. But I think everything that Matt has ever said has basically been, that Arena was created when Hearthstone was very, very new. So it's a very, very old code. So it's a lot more draining resource-wise to do things for it. Even small changes require a lot of work. Whereas building something from the ground up, like duels or mercenaries or battlegrounds, seemingly was much cheaper and much easier while still potentially yielding more money. So, of course, if you're a big company, that's what you're going to focus on. Yeah. They don't have much to do. I guess I can kill maybe the Murloc? Ay, ay, ay. Maybe coins out of 5 or something? You hate chat on screen? No, you don't. I was thinking about how difficult it would be to change the Discover code for Arena only. Yeah, I have no idea, but I mean, Duels has a different Discover pool, so it probably wouldn't be that hard, except that there's probably, again, in the code, having it be probably directly tied to Constructed is probably incredibly problematic. It would probably be easier for them to build an entire new arena from the ground up and just be able to manipulate things easier, I would imagine, but I don't know if that's true. I don't know anything about coding, but from everything they've said publicly, it sounds like it would be easier to start from scratch. Okay, this might be the worst turn of Hearthstone Arena I've ever had. I need to find something for next turn. That's something for next turn. At least I don't have to skip next turn. Yeah, people were going crazy. They loved the chat on screen. It's very minimal. It's off on the side. People get to be stars for the YouTube. Do I freeze that just to get one? I don't think so. Just can't kill it off anyway, unless he kills his own guy. The issue is I don't really want a Primordial Wave. Kind of want a Primordial Wave. Yeah, actually it's a good Primordial Wave now because I'm going to lose my guy no matter what. I could freeze that, but I could probably freeze what comes out. I'm going to get a smaller minion, but I'm going to be able to 3, 4, 5, 1. I guess I'll totem first. If you've cast 3 spells, I'm just gonna evolve it now. Sure. You should have YouTube vote on their favorite Twitch chatters. Probably not the MVP. I'm probably not the MVP. But I come in and I give the team 15 solid minutes a night before I have to ice my typing. If this run is on YouTube, let us know who your favorite chatters are down below. I think that would be great. I think we should definitely do that. And there would be great value to be gained from that activity. Ancient is a 7/7 now. Yeah, it actually doesn't suck anymore. Let us know who your least favorite chatters are, but don't say which is which. Let us know who your least favorite chatter is. Also, if you're one of the chatters on YouTube and Twitch, let us know that as well. It will help us, I imagine, not much, but would be fun to see how many people list to form Poet. Max Star. Hello, the Legend of Arena. What is the best class? Right now it's Warrior, I would say. But I think Priest is, pretty fair as well.
Hey, give me that.
I actually get to put a minion on the board this way. Now I kind of wish I had whacked there and I could play this and that. Let's just do that anyway. So much better on our mana. 7 mana get 12 power seems okay. They got a Redbeard back, yeah. Let us know so we know who's voting for themselves. I need to kill stuff.
We do what the living cannot.
That was that the worst hit? Let's just pretend it wasn't the worst hit, because it feels like it's always the worst hit. That was a great one. Taking down that stupid blue dingus. What are your thoughts on Arena when it first came out and now? It's really hard. I think I have a very unique perspective as a professional Hearthstone Arena streamer, you know? In that, like, man, like, to me, like, Arena it's a job at this point. I enjoy it, but it's like, I play so much. When I originally was playing Hearthstone, I was working a traditional job, a real job.
Everybody's happy till the luck starts walking.
I played, like, you know, once I don't know how long, like, I played like 3 runs a week or whatever, and I loved it. And now I play 3 or 4 runs a day, or 5, depending on the meta. And I love streaming more than I love Hearthstone Arena. But I mean, the power level's up. I think the power level of the sets is up. The power level of every card like ever made is up. So it's just a very different experience. But my perception, I don't know if HDT, Hearth Arena, I don't know if that was even a thing when I started playing, but I didn't check it. I used to use the Hearth Arena, like, I used to manually look at the score and see my 3 mana 1/5 that spat out a 1/1. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, I'll take that one. I used to take my 4 mana 1/8 Inspire, gain health. I'd be like, oh, okay, I'll take that one. You know? I didn't know about micro adjustments. Things didn't really change. I knew I lost every time I played Warlock, and I lost to every Warlock. I used to look up the rankings. Yeah, I'd go and manually go do it. So yeah, it's just a different experience now. I think it's tough because you can't really go back to that because we've done it, and you know, some people have enjoyed it. I found it to be miserable to go and play with a 3 mana 1/5, and then you still just lose when somebody plays a Shredder or a Dr. Boom or a, you know, whatever. Like that sort of lack of agency still exists, or somebody plays a Mech Warper into a piloted Shredder and you've got 3 mana and a bunch of 3 mana 2/2s in your hand. But I think the game itself, Arena, I think is better now than it was. I think they need to revamp like the reward structure. I think they need to revamp a lot of like the stuff around Arena. Make it cheaper, make it less punishing to just queue into an anima and lose. Because right now it feels like you could do nothing and you're just purely punished because you queued into a priest or because a shaman high rolled to pack the house, and that's such a bad feeling, particularly for a casual player. It's like if this is your first Arena and you're relatively proficient, you know some of the cards, you play some standard, and somebody casts this on you, and you played 4 or 5 turns, and you're like, oh, I lost. I can't. My 2 mana 5/5 or my 4 mana 1. They don't do anything. So why, like, for that player, why would they ever queue up again? Like, oh, maybe I'll get it. Oh, I didn't get it. Maybe I'll get it. I didn't get it. Okay. Maybe I'll get it. You get it, and then you never draw it, or you never cast it, or you roll yours and it's shit, and you're like, oh, I just lost 10 of these in a row, and mine costs me the game. That doesn't feel fun, right? So I think you have to kind of address that aspect of the reality of a lot of Hearthstone players' experience. Like, you need to kind of change how it feels to lose, particularly in Arena. I used to have a chance every game, and now it feels like someone plays 1 card and it's over. Yeah, I think that a large reason for that is that you just print cards like this, where it's like kill two of your minions that you spent 20 mana on, draw 2 cards, and then replay them against you, and you're just dead. Or a card like this, of course, where you're like, oh, I just summoned 100 cards. Like, there's too many of those type of things. Right? Like, this game, like, yeah, we made a good play, like, I think. You know, I think we made a good play. Like, can he blow up this entire board or not? And if he can't, then he loses. If he can, then I lose. And both players end up with these really polarizing feelings of, like, lack of agency in a game like this, and a lot of games play out this way. My first memories of playing Hearthstone was facing Dr. Boom in every deck, but not having any good cards, yet somehow, that was still fun enough to get me hooked. Yeah, and part of it is just like a lot of us have been playing every day for a decade or 5 years, and it's just not going to have the same impact. When I jump on and play like Runeterra, we did some bounties for Runeterra, I was loving it. Like, you get to see new animations, you get to like make mistakes, you get to learn. As you kind of like reach your level of mastery, it sort of, I think, does just feel routine. It feels like, oh, well, here's me casting Pack the House. Oh, here's him casting Cathedral. Oh, I'm already dead. Oh, okay, I know what this... You lose that sort of like sense of wonder, I feel like. This is why being a porn star would be a horrible job. One reason amongst many, I would imagine. I don't think that's the only reason. But you're referencing, I'm assuming, like not enjoying like maybe lovemaking as much. I think that they live some really dangerous lives. They live some very like troubled lives in a lot of ways, which might be a contributing factor to the the negative aspect. I stopped playing soon after TGT because it took too long to get any good cards. I started in week 1 in beta before the official release. Yeah, for Constructed, it's always been a very, very expensive game. Although Hearthstone's build is free to play, Hearthstone is actually one of the most expensive mobile games on the market. If you're playing primarily Constructed and you want to be competitive quickly. They have things now, duplicate protection, they give you free decks. They've sort of been forced to do that as the player base has dwindled over the last 5 to 10 years. But Hearthstone's always been one of, if not the singular most expensive mobile game in that regard. Arena's always been an even playing field where like everybody's playing with the same stuff, and it's relatively cheap. It's actually even cheaper now than it's probably ever been because of the reward track.
Always so profound.
Hey, thank you so much, Daniel. I think about this stuff and I enjoy this stuff, and I hope come on, I can't start solving mysteries if I pass Murloc Holmes, you know what I mean? Is he getting a taunt out of there? I hope not. Put on the hat. I like the way you think. Returning players get 150 packs, but is that even enough? Not to be immediately competitive, it probably takes more than 150 packs. Probably. I open packs all the time How long has this set been out? We've probably opened 300 packs. I don't have all the cards yet from playing Arena every day. Hat, please. Alright, I'm gonna find the hat. The next time I get up, the hat's going on. I do want to say thanks to Daniel. I do. I appreciate the conversations and the support. And I really like that we got another win there. Are you Murloc Holmes today? I am. I'm Murloc Holmes.
Brawl versus Jane.
You asked for it.
For Doomhammer.
GoldenEye. I heard Murloc Holmes was addicted to Murloc opiates. Who? Murloc what? Disruptive Spellbreaker or Black Scale Brute? Which one's Black Scale Brute? Is that the 7-drop? I would take Disruptive Spellbreaker. I love that card. I already have a Dredge, actually. Maybe we take a Lightning Storm. Maybe. Arena's starting to feel the same. I love playing Arena because playing Construct is just playing against the same 3 decks over and over. Yeah, I think a small pool of sets. I think an absurd offering rate for certain cards like Bridge Riff or I don't know, Cathedral, Popstar. I don't know what I'd have to look at what's, you know, above 50% or whatever, like just crazy rates of cards makes it feel very, you know, monotonous, very repeatable. And then again, just like a kind of, like the meta's not that old. I think that's kind of the most alarming thing is the meta's not super old. It's only like a month old, 3-4 weeks old. But when you're, you know, every warrior opponent has the same deck and they're the best deck, then it feels really bad. Like a lot of druid and warlock decks, you know, they feel the exact same. They just feel like the identical. But they're bad, so who cares? So you have to put in that effort to like address that aspect of it if you're gonna, you know, leave Arena this way. What the hell? He didn't trade here? Wow, what if I had an Evolve? Oh, that'd be so much better than the fact that I don't. I could play a 4 next turn. Play one of those two. So I don't really need the Sunken Scroll because I'm not casting it. Maybe this is just a Lightning Storm, but I will see. Have you ever had TMGJ jaw problems? If so, how do you deal with them? I'm having a flare-up. I didn't. But I dated a lady who said she had TMJ jaw problems, and it caused her to, it prevented her from being able to, she explained it prevented some of the things with her mouth. But I would say maybe like an Advil, or I don't know, she would visit an orthodontist. You might have to like see somebody, like a real actual professional, instead of just asking me, a man who knows nothing. Tell us more, Mr. Red. That's all I gotta say about that. TMJ, is that what it's called? Yeah, TMJ. You can't open your mouth wide. Yeah, I don't have that. I can go real wide. It's like you have problems with like your jaw like locking up. Gives you headaches too, I think. Can like help or can contribute to some headaches. You suck mad D, Red? I've never done that. Can you stick your fist in your mouth? I cannot. I'm actually terrified of trying and not being able to get my hand out. But no, I can't do that. I can't do that. Like Chief Wiggum? Yeah, exactly like Chief Wiggum. A lot of my life, I'm terrified of becoming more and more like Chief Wiggum. Starting to get his physique. Mobile Suit Gun Duck. Thanks for the follow. That's not true. More than when I was younger. It's actually a good excuse if you don't want to do certain things. I have TMGA, sorry. I mean, it is a good excuse. Ideally, you're not like, you don't have a partner that doesn't want to do those things for you, and you don't want to do that for them. I mean, you don't want to provide enjoyment for them. But yeah, it's probably, I mean, like, I was never like, oh, we got to do this right now. I was like, oh, okay. I hope you feel better and let me know if there's anything I can do, kind of thing. You know, I'm not a monster here. He's just like walloping me non-stop. And I just want to gain some life here. Red is a considerate lover? Oh, for sure. Otherwise, nobody's ever going to A, want to do it with me in the first place, or B, definitely won't want to do it with me again. I mean, I've got to F up the first 1 or 2 times, or 3 or 10. But, you know, I'm working towards a better future. What did he ping? What did this ding ding ping? I could freeze this guy. I don't want it. I don't want it. Wish I could see what's in his hand. It's kind of cheating, but... Oh no. I'm gonna get a useless taunt totem here. Red casually bragging about doing it at least 10 times in his life. Oh, I've done it more than 10 times. Wait, does this count with another person? Sorry, I was just giving you my monthly total. It's May 8th. Kind of wild and rude to the rest of us. I've been described as a great many things. Wild and rude, definitely 2 of them. Repeatable. Repeatedly. Wild and rude. Was that a Jon Snow impression? Yeah, sometimes I throw that in there. I don't want it. I don't want it. You are my queen. I don't want it. You've done it 10 times in a month? Those are rookie numbers. It's May 8th. That's 1.25 times a day. Brother. What the heck? You could have just pinged the 0-1 and then killed this thing. That would have been so much better in so many ways. But hey, you know what? Who's counting? I mean, I am, but... Oh, I definitely made... No, I didn't definitely have lethal.
All's well that sun wells.
The smell of mana in the morning.
That's incredible.
That's not a... What the heck? Oh my god, is it... Wait, is that a Deathwing? If that's a Deathwing, I could be in trouble. I guess not.
I have too many minions.
If you drive 3-6, it summons Rag. Yes.
A pinch of that.
Yes, actually. It's kind of cool. You actually definitely had lethal. You think so? Yeah, maybe. Red can do anything except win against a Chinese warrior. I beat one. I'm 1 and 99 against them. Oh god, we have a real doctor here. Advil or bite plates can help if the symptoms are moderate to severe. Wait, I said eat an Advil. I could be a doctor. Why does 3-6 stay the same? That's its ability. If you would transform it, you summon a new minion instead, so it's kind of good in that regard. Kind of good.
No! Watch! No! Watch! Enriching! Like sweating insects!
Gosh, Red, is your board big enough? I've been told I've got a big board. Lost to Redbeard at 9-1 yesterday. Apparently it was an impersonator. It was all small letters. Oh no. You should have reported them for bad taste. Redbeard might have the most number of doctors in Hearthstone Arena between Jerby and myself. We're always open for consultations. Would you recommend doing some PCP or the dentist? I would say dentist, no more PCP. Oh, sorry. Seeing your personal care provider, my mistake. I haven't had a flare-up for several years.
Thrall versus Garrosh.
Victory or death for Doomhammer.
Let me see. Let me look up some of the symptoms. PCP is alright. I do not condone the use of any of these. could hold it, but I could actually even evolve it. Just put a 3-drop on the board on turn 2. We'll see what he does. Maybe I hero power and then evolve it. Could freeze it. I used to do PSP. No, you played with a PSP, right? Could play this.
The streets are not safe.
Maybe I get a free kill and then I evolve it.
The Queen's trove is forbidden.
That's not a bad devolve. He gets no card. I can evolve if I don't get what I want.
I don't have enough mana.
Wouldn't say that's really what I want.
Yo ho! Set sail for the snack bar!
I met Redbeard, but it was in a constructed ladder, so probably not the real Redbeard. I do my quests. So I suppose it's possible. Do we know what he took? They always bang the armor drum.
Welcome aboard.
Oh man, I want to play that. I want to evolve this too. We hit, we play that. I get a 5-drop. Oh man, this is so good. Maybe I freeze the 3/4.
The house of eyes is gone.
Yeah, I could freeze the 3/4. That was a good roll. I like getting that big nasty thing. Boy, this game's so much more fun when you don't roll like a 5-mana Toto or whatever. The good news is, yeah, it's pretty good. There's some good news there somewhere, right? Freeze a minion, add it to my hand. What if I freeze this one and I add it to my hand? I hit.
Elements guide me.
Get ready for 3 more bridge. I'm ready. Oh, I'm ready. Oh, I can't play it if I do that though. All right, healing totem. Not helpful. So he kills this and this. And then this doesn't do anything. That's not that bad, is it? What the Okay, that is pretty bad. Alright, take it back. It's pretty fucking awful for me. The hero. I should have frozen, got a copy of it. I was just very irritated. I mean, I don't know, actually, what good does it do me? I'm not even going to cast it. I'll freeze something that can actually attack me later. Oh, come on, dude. A different card from Warrior to lose to, yeah. It wasn't all Bridge Rifts. I need Rush and Divine Shield. I guess I can just freeze it. So I can freeze it. Mine won't be big enough to live. I can whack it and shoot it. I guess I can whack it and shoot it. My deck feels hyper dependent on finding Pack the House before turn 8. Red's on tilt. I feel pretty good. We don't have I get tired of saying it, but we don't have the tools to be competitive once you get to this win total. This is not a great Shaman deck. We have like 2 or 3, really high-end cards, maybe 2. And if we don't draw them, like, we're not gonna win. So, what am I sipping on? Oh, sorry, this is a whiskey and a cola. Meta feels like that around 8. I'd say you start to I start to feel it around like 2 wins. Maybe like 2. Wow, look at all these great cards that do nothing. I guess I play this. It's insane. Skill difference, which you'll get there. Yeah, I would guess it's probably not, but maybe. I feel it too. I mean, it's just as likely to face these decks at 0 and 0, it seems, because nobody's playing like nobody's playing Hunter, or nobody's playing Rogue. We played all night. We've played like 0 to 1 Warlocks, Rogues, Druids, Hunters, like everybody, and rightfully so. Everybody's playing the best classes because you can't win if you don't. But this should cost less. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Okay. I'm gonna take 2 spells. If I swing, I can actually even keep... I can keep a 3-1. That's probably worth it, huh? That goes in there. That shoots there. Waterbeds were only on TV? My dad had a waterbed. He used to always break all the time. And he'd be like, oh, are you gonna help me like refill my waterbed and put like tape on it? I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? No.
First beyond death.
No, you old fool. Well, I want to cast that.
A thirst beyond death.
So I guess I'll have to do that in the future. Boy, those are some good spells. Do I ever evolve this? Maybe not. Waterbed's a 0 out of 10 for shared comfort with another person. He slept by himself. He still does. My parents always slept on different beds, in different rooms, in different houses, with different people. Hey, you know? Some of that's just a joke, okay? Just settle down. Wait a minute. You're telling me that was absolutely, positively perfect for him? That don't feel right. This is pretty good. Oh, I'll play the 2 5s. Yeah, that feels nice. Oh no, I can't play the 2 5s, but this is so good too, huh? This stupid thing's alive.
Everybody's happy till the box
I think Tempur-Pedic is overrated and not that comfortable. I don't think I've ever slept on one of those. Hey, Imp Bloody. Good to see you, man. Have you been here all night? Wait, aren't I dealing $1 billion here? I don't recommend a futon, I'm just poor. No, you're rich. You're rich. Just, it's like gonna be in the future. I have a medium foam bed. It is all right. I bought a, when I worked at Target, I used to not spend any money on anything, like nothing. I just paid my bills and just put it in the bank. That was it. And every month I made a little bit more than my bills, so I never bought anything. The only thing, you know, I bought one thing. 5, 10, 17. He's not dead. The only thing I ever bought was a $1,500 mattress. And man, that thing is pretty worth it. Now it's kind of old. I've been farting on it for like a decade. I probably should buy another one. How long ago was that? That was probably 6 or 7 years ago. It was a nice hat. Oh, and my nice hat, my tops, yeah, I got a hat. Hearthstone Arena packs. No, so I would spend money on Magic the Gathering online. I would draft, and you could draft, you know, 3-4 times, spend 30, 40, 50 bucks on a weekend or whatever, or in a day, like on a Saturday afternoon. But like, I mean, it was about it. It was Magic the Gathering. I used to quote unquote sink my money into, and I wasn't like, I mean, I didn't have a ton of money to burn anyway, but like the only like big purchase I made was a really nice mattress. He bought a mattress instead of a Hearthstone account with a perfect deck. Well, this was before Hearthstone even existed back then. Although I probably bought the mattress once Hearthstone existed, but I didn't play it then. I gotta pee really bad. I'm really glad we won that game. At rehab, I had a steel bed. It might have been prison. They kept calling it rehab. Anyway, we had a steel bed. I'll take a twin spring bed at this point. My dad sleeps on like a bed of nails at this point. His water bed took a shit one day, like officially, it was not able to repair it. It was made of mostly tape at that point. I don't know. I can't believe my dad slept on a waterbed for like 20 years of my life, maybe more. And then I felt really bad. I went over to his house. He's like, yeah, I got a new mattress. And it was just like, I couldn't even imagine. It sounds like probably what you were sleeping on. But he bought it for like $70 off of like somebody's lawn or something. He's like, yeah, this is great. I sat on it, just like I sat on the edge of his bed, and I was just in agony. I had to go to the chiropractor. Just curled up like a Q. I was screaming. And he's like, no, it's so comfortable. I'm like, dude, you're full of shit. The story's killing me. How's my dad's back now? I'm in more pain than my 70-year-old parents. I can't do anything. I can't go anywhere. I was talking to my mom. I'm like, do you just live like a life of pain and agony where it's hard to breathe and your legs hurt and your head hurts and your back all the time? She's like, no. They're always up at like 6 a.m. going to the beach, going to the post office, going to Costco, getting like a month's worth of groceries, going to the vet to take their dog to the vet. They're always doing a million things. I'm like, how are you doing this? Go to the gym. I'm at the gym right now. I'm at the gym. I gotta pee. I'm at the gym literally right now. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I was thinking about it. I was saying I was at the gym right now, but that's not true. That's a lie. I'm not actually at the gym right now. But yeah, I agree. People should go to the gym. It's like, I'm sure it's like 99.9% upside. Which is why I bought some free weights, and they just haven't been delivered to me yet from Amazon, but that was like a week ago. So maybe soon. Did I forget to pee? No, I went. Sorry, I'm back. And I washed my hands too. I make plans to go to the gym, then I remember I'm fat and I'm lazy. No. Well, I mean, those things might actually be true, but you can still go. And if it is one of those things, and I'm as guilty of this as everyone else. When you start going, it gets easier to go, and you start to, if you feel those benefits and stuff. It's funny how, we know, eating healthy and going to the gym is, good for us, and yet we just don't do it. A lot of us. It's like, well, I want to sit and eat pizza. Stupid brain, why don't you make me go do something else? No, the brain secretly wants the pizza and the couch. I purchased things on Amazon and returned them. I've gotten the refund, and they tell me to keep it. Yeah, I'm sure if I could do that with these weights, they don't want to send someone to pick them up, I'm sure.
Elements guide me.
I started taking walks on my day off. Man, that helped me so much. When I first started streaming, I felt particularly lost, and I had no this dill weed. Coin that out. Pardon my my language. But I thought I feel like it helped me out so much to just every day, just get up and go for a walk instead of laying in bed for 10 hours or 8 hours or just sitting in a computer chair 16 hours a day. To just as often as I could, just get up, put a podcast on, put an album on, and just go for a walk around the block, go to the supermarket. And now every day, if I don't get up and ride my bike somewhere or go for a walk, I feel very very lethargic. I feel like it helped me a lot in terms of I don't know, feeling a little healthier, and also kind of at the same time mentally too. I feel like you dillweed.
Wisely done. Elements guide me.
Wisely done. Exercise is very important. from the vantage of somebody who sees complications of chronic immobility. The key is to celebrate any and all progress and find something, anything that you enjoy enough to get moving. Yeah, I think that's true. That's like an important part of it too. Because I was like, I remember kind of thinking too, like, I mean, especially when you're young, you're always active. It's like it comes so naturally. And then you get a little older and you kind of have a more, you know, sedentary, is that the word? Sedentary lifestyle. And, ooh, what is in there? Oh my god, I love this. It's like a chop there. I could play this, but I lose the buff. Just hero power. But anyway, like, it was like, oh, like, why would I be happy that I'm, like, walking around the block? Well, you know, because it's better than the alternative of not walking around the block, so, yeah, of course I'm going to be happy. That's great.
Elements guide me.
I guess I evolved the totem, too. Come on, dude, you didn't want to be over here? Come on, you
Wisely done.
dirty wolf. Sedimentary lifestyle if you're a rock. Once you get used to not moving and ordering pizza, it's harder to get back, yeah. Yeah, it's funny thinking about it, though, when you're a kid, you know, you're just running around, you have energy, you're in, like, a PE class. Like, we used to play I used to play basketball 3-4 hours a day, 5 days a week, you know? The thought of playing 4 hours of basketball, I would probably have to go to the hospital.
Wisely done.
I would probably need medical attention. Like, I definitely would. And you think, like, man, what am I gonna do? Go another 30 years without moving? I gotta start moving, man. That's why I ordered the weights. I gotta start moving. That's why I try to go on a walk. Donnie, good to see you, man. Would you consider yourself a friendship artist? I would. I would.
Time waits for no one.
If I play basketball, you mean stand by the hoop and pretend I'm good at that? Hey, someone's gotta do it. You gotta have someone doing that. Half hour of basketball straight down the respirator. Oh, I could not play half an hour of like actual basketball right now. Not a chance. This card is absolutely going hog wild here, man. Except it's gonna poop. It's gonna bomb him. Did you do anything cool on the weekend? I don't know what day it is today. I sincerely... Oh, it must be... Is it Sunday? It's Sunday night for me. It's Monday morning now. Did I ride my bike today? No, I just went on a walk. I've started a new sub-pokey collection. I'm now I'm in the initial stages of collecting PSA 7 graded cards with a score of 7, base set, jungle, and fossil holographic cards. And I've decided I'm going to get them all, as long as the stream doesn't completely fail in the next, year.
I concede.
Even ordering the weights is a huge step. Yeah, they said they would be here by today, but they haven't even shipped yet, so I don't think they will be here. I just got back from visiting the 1-to-1 scale Gundam in Yokohama. Oh, in Japan? Yes. I recall when I visited the 1-to-1 scale Gundam in Yokohama. It was incredible. It actually fell down on top of me. One of the big wake-up calls was when I was with my friends on a city trip and I couldn't walk more than 2 hours without my legs cramping, so I was like, alright, enough of this. Yeah, my legs cramp all the time. My legs are cramping right now. I think this seat is not maybe ideal for streaming. My legs are a little smushed here. Maybe they're taking a while to get there because they're so heavy. I tried to order them new, and it was like $180. It's 150 pounds. It's like 6 different free weights: 5, 7.5, 10, 12.5, 15, 20, 25, maybe something like that. Do the math, something like that. And it was like $180, something like 190, 170, I don't know, a little less than $200. And then it was going to be, they're like, oh, well, there's a special shipping charge because it's like heavy as shit. So it was an extra like $60. I was like, I don't want to spend $250. I'm a streamer. You know, we don't have any money, but I'm trying to live. You know, can you work something out with me here? And they're like, no. I'm like, all right, fair point. I might want that. If I take it, I'm gonna overload. I'm gonna be pissed. I'm just gonna take cold storage. It's gonna be good at some point, right? But anyway, I found them used on Amazon. I don't know, I just typed, it was like, do you want to try used? I was like, yeah. So I typed used, and it was the same price, the same exact price for pretty much the same exact thing. Yeah, maybe I hope someone didn't put like some gunk on them, but who knows, I'll clean it off if they do. And it was free shipping, so I was like, okay, I'll do that then. I don't have to spend an extra $60, which is what I wanted to spend in the first place. But that was a week ago, and now they haven't shipped anything. So I don't know if they're like waiting for someone to be done with them. They're like, oh, he's still lifting them. You can't have them yet. Well, that's not fair. Now is the time that I want them. You understand? I think just starting to move helps. You're absolutely right. Hold on. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm feeling better already. I just got to a construction site and steal some bricks. No, what are you talking about? You know you're not allowed anywhere in public. Waiting on weights can really weigh on your patience. You're telling me. You're telling me, man. Once the UPS guy lifts them up, they're used anyway. True. True.
The light dims.
Absolutely. Positively. True. Get one. Man, if I get a 2-drop, what's my best draw? I don't know. Maybe I just totem. Maybe totem's my best play, and my best draw is just like a fire alley or something. Yeah, alright. Oh, okay, I'm doing this. Sorry for the hemming. Sorry for the hawing. This is not a bad time for this.
It sings to me.
The moment you realize the UPS guy probably lifts a lot in a day. When I worked at Target, we had a UPS guy. We had a couple, but there was like a guy I always talked to. He'd come in, especially when Target was doing more online orders. We'd have just like 3 pallets worth of shit for him every day. And yeah, that guy was always in agony. Mental and physical. I think his wife was cheating on him. I mean, I think that's what he said. I don't think that's funny. But yeah, he was having some tough times. But I would always help load it up with him. He was a cool dude. I liked him. I forget his name. With you? No, not with me. Although Esmeralda was an enchanting woman. Very bosomy. But no, I never. Drivers don't get paid for packing their trucks at some companies. That sounds illegal.
Initializing descent.
What if his wife was cheating on him with a different UPS guy? No, she wasn't. I was just kidding. I think he had a wife or I don't really know. But he never told me of any negativity in that regard, which I'm happy for. Like I said, he was a nice guy. I think he was involved. I think he might have had a kid too.
Elements guide me.
It sings.
This feels fair. All of my older friends are telling me that once you get past 30, it's like you're out of the commercial guarantee. Is that true? I don't know what that means. What does being out of the commercial guarantee mean?
My heart is pumping.
I think he's dead. It means you're effed, then yes. Yeah, if that's like some sort of slang for your life being over, basically, then yeah. Yeah, life doesn't get better the older you get, necessarily. Like, your life can get better, but it's not better because you're older. It's better because, you know, you got a better idea of what the hell's going on, and
Already attacked.
you got a better idea about that type of stuff.
It sings to me.
Elements guide me.
I can't guarantee this.
Bite-sized.
That's lethal, is it? If I had hit, oh, here, here, here. No, right? You can? Right now? Just put him below 5? Oh, duh. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of didn't count this guy at first.
Elements guide you.
Yeah, this is... Of course it's lethal. I thought this was a Battlegrounds card.
Forever dwell in darkness.
Just womp his face. That's what I was doing, huh? You notice that? Give him a little womper stomper. It's basically from Battlegrounds. There was never a point, at least in Arena, where that was ever a pickable or playable card. I will say, however, and this I may be incorrect, Cold Light Seer might have been a synergy pick when they did like a brief month to 6, 5, I don't know however many months synergy picks were a thing. Cold Light Seer might have been one. I know Murloc War Leader was. So that might have been one you were offered to start your draft with. You could choose between, some classes got Murloc War Leader, maybe Cold Light Seer, maybe not. But and other classes got Frostlich Jaina and Gul'dan, the hero cards. I think everyone, once you turn 30, would benefit from therapy. Life is challenging, and gaining meaning out of it can help you with interpersonal insight. I'm not here to disagree with the doctor. I need a coupon or something. I'm gonna play this actually, but like getting it on a... I guess what we could have done is we could have swung first. And then if we got the 1/1 totem, I think it might be worth it to play this. But I kind of want to play this though, don't I? Maybe I don't.
Path is my destiny.
Chat, write me a doctor's note so I don't have to go to work. I hope one day you don't go to work ever again. This is absolutely humongous if I can cast this, because I get to discover when I get it. I'm pretty broken, my therapist said so. Probably need a new therapist to complain about your old therapist. Wait, oh, he's gonna kill one. So I can get this guy for 1 less. Okay, so let's do this. Check this out. We go here. Oh god, I messed up.
Elements guide me.
We go here instead. I was gonna kill this one, but I remembered that I would lose 1 mana from that. Your lips to the lottery god's ears, Redbeard. I would be down for you winning the lottery. I have to imagine that I would see a small boon in my own existence if that were the case. Very small. 15, 17 million dollars of your 84 billion. Seems like a small price to pay for my good lottery odd juju for you.
The house of eyes.
I almost just shot it with Scalding Geyser.
I am undying.
You get a nice vanilla ice cream? It's better than nothing. Oh, Runethak's good. I thought... You know what I thought, legitimately? You know what I honestly thought? Is that I was getting like a 7 drop. Wasn't there an old card that did something like that? It was like 2 mana, transform into a minion that costs 3 more or something. It was something like that. Why is it always the right size? I just don't understand that card. It's always the right size. I just don't get it. I really, sincerely don't. I don't really even know what I'm doing here. Not high rolling these. I guess none of this matters, right? Like, I have 2 cards. They only play it when it's the right size. Yeah, that's probably a reason why, actually. But if it had done 3 damage instead of 6, I'd have a board. I would have evolved my thing. I would have had a turn. I would have had a future. I just went 3-2 with about the best deck I've ever drafted. I had a crazy priest deck yesterday. It wasn't crazy. It was a strong priest deck yesterday. Go 2 and 3. We had 2 locations, a Neptulon, and not like a shit deck. You know, it wasn't like shit plus that. It was a reasonable deck. So yeah, it's the meta, right? Well, the good news is it's over for him, huh? Good luck defeating this board. It's actually a good roll. Maybe he has nothing. Would I recommend others go into medicine? Not really, unless you don't mind crippling debt, endless school, and a relatively thankless job. Working with people in an intimate way and connecting makes it worth it to me. Not a good way to get rich, though. Really? I thought doctors made like a lot of money. Can you imagine if Red was a doctor and had a Hearthstone leaderboard #1 player? You would never hear the end of it. He would be preening his feathers like a jumped up cock. I would be preening for sure. Being a doctor in Germany is one of the best ways to get rich. You gotta move to Germany. Honestly, I thought my whole board would be gone. The fact that it's not already gone is kind of promising. Relatively rich, not island rich. I want to be island rich. Oh, the board is gone, but it kind of got there in a different sort of way, I guess. Rich by your own labors, not the exploitation of others. Wow.
Everybody's happy to
Surprised he's at 13 right now. I'm surprised we got this far. I currently have over $300,000 in debt. I make good money. I live a rich lifestyle. There are other careers that make it look like nothing. Like, you mean like Hearthstone? Hearthstone arena streamer. I've upgraded the Parmesan cheese packets for breakfast and lunch. I want to be a 1920s rich age, do nothing but cook for my rich husband. What the hell words did you type? Yeah, if I had enough money, that's what I'd be doing. I'd be cooking for my rich husband, rich uncle poet. It makes at least 6 figures a minute. Not quite. What are you doing on the wall of laziness? It's an accounting error. It's a clerical error. I'm supposed to be moved to the wall of doing good. Sure, it's just around the corner for me. No, dude. No. Come on. Who loses that 1 in 4? I wish I had a rich husband. I googled your net worth. It said you were on Forbes. What does that mean? Is that like some sort of food stamp?
How many fingers do you see?
Some list of rich people. I don't know.
All ends with death.
Can't say that's entirely true because I'm not sure what that is. I'm gonna type it. Redbeard net worth. Is this me? This is someone else. I'm not even on the list. Sorry. I'm gonna read through. I wish I could show it. I could, but I'm too lazy. This is what ended me up on that that damn wall in the first place.
That's not a valid target.
Redbeard net worth $772. Redbeard income. This is not me, I don't think. I hope not.
Beyond death.
Oh no, this is just Redbeard. I put Redbeard HS. Estimated earnings last 30 days, negative $26. That's about right. Last 90 days, negative $79. Arena streamer Redbeard has gotten sponsored by Team Liquid. I never read this. Was super happy to hear about it. I was a big fan of both. Would recommend Redbeard to anybody who hasn't watched his stream. Oh, dude, I'm in the thumbs up there. You kidding me? That's great. Oh, man, I probably shouldn't read this because somebody's going to say something mean about me soon, right?
The streets are not safe.
Wholesome, funny, good, and not conceited about it. Wow, I agree. I find this to be newsworthy. Since it's been a very long time since anyone showed interest in Hearthstone. Last time I think it was team signing Zixo, OG, and Surrender. Didn't Liquid pick up Slissa and Victor? Yeah, they did actually. It's good news for Arena, which has been on life support for a long time. Maybe the devs react better if they see that Arena streamers exist. And they kind of have, in a way, right? Sorry, I never read this article or this Reddit post. His channel points redeemed make fart sounds. I'd say he's a little immature, but he's a nice guy. Aw, come on, dude. Shame on you, I'll give him a thumbs down. Love me Redbeard, he's wholesome, has taught me quite a bit about Arena. I'm happy for Redbeard. Probably because he's looking like TLO in disguise. I don't know if that's a person. Tuning into his stream and catch Redbeard fired up from boxed wine. Me or him? I don't drink any boxed wine. Wow, I never read that. That's like 2 years old, that article. I learned about my net worth though, negative $27. Now you shun us. I spray Poet with a garlic sauce, spaghetti bolognese, and I can barely keep him at bay. I'm a handsome gentleman. You have a lot of hair on your upper lip, and some people find that appealing. You didn't know the world would burn if you let Poet take the reins. This predates Poet, if you can believe it. The way Red says bolognese, is that a word? I don't eat that stuff. Remember, I eat Parmesan cheese packets on my birthday when things are going well. I definitely want these things. I probably don't want the totem. I like the world burning. Have you seen Cali Girl naked, Red? I haven't. I haven't seen anybody naked in since 19-2. Do you have stock in cashews? No, but I ate a handful of them and I thought to myself, God damn, these are delicious earlier. Not yet, no. I'm waiting for that premium fans only website page where it's free because I don't really want to pay to see anybody naked. I'll pay to not see Poet and Dreads naked. I've got a lifetime subscription to that account, but Red won't look at himself naked. You know, actually, I kind of don't. I try not to get too close to the mirrors, or I try not to, like, look at myself too in detail. It's probably detrimental, actually. Sometimes I, like, wash my face, and I'll kind of be like, I don't want to think about this, you know? Nobody's seen Cali Girl's upper lip naked, according to Red. I don't know if she has a hairy lip. Probably not. My sister does, though. I eat 3-pound thing of dry roasted peanuts a week. What do you mean a 3-pound thing? Like a honeycomb? What do you mean? What are you talking about? You mean like a bag?
A thirst beyond death. It sings to me.
So much more fair if you didn't get that. Like a thing of peanuts, isn't it clear? I just can't imagine you eating a bag of peanuts or like a package of peanuts and calling it a thing of peanuts. So for it to be classified as a thing of peanuts, it just has to be like a, I don't know, man, like a harmonica coated in peanuts or something. And if you called it that, then I would criticize you. I would be confused. But if you're just like, oh yeah, it's just a thing of peanuts, oh okay. But I'm thinking a harmonica coated in peanuts right now. That's all. I'm not here to like shame anybody's peanut eating habits, you know? According to Stream Chat's website, Red averaged 720 viewers for Summoner's War Chronicles. I'm gonna become a Summoner's War Chronicles streamer. That game was fun. We got raided by Asmo that day. I remember. That's why we did it. That's why we did it. You should see Cali Girl's feet. They're nice. I can't pay for that privilege. I know you've been single-handedly funding the foot page, which I don't. Again, I'm not here to criticize. I wish I had drawn things in a different order. I can hit a Murloc. I didn't hit a Murloc. That's a play for next turn, I guess. And I could roll like a 7/7 taunt or something. It's 7/7 with rush, I meant. Send feet pics to my DM. You have to pay big time. Has Red seen you naked? I've seen a lot of Poet. You go back far enough in the Discord, you'll see some real dark things. Free feet if Queenie messages, you block her. Smart. Good advice. This is he has 5 mana. 5 mana. Is this a well-designed card? I would argue no. It's not.
Want the plug? Gladly.
I would argue probably shouldn't have 25 power on turn 5 when going second. 5 mana 17/17 seems fine to me. Yeah. 2 big stinking thumbs down to that implementation. The card's alright. Is there just way too much of it? Oh, for sure. Well, it's only good because it's 5 mana for a 17/17. 5 mana for a 7/7 rush split across 2 bodies. Like, that's a strong card, but it's not the strongest card. But yeah, 5 mana 17, or, you know, 5 mana 17/17. You know, I fully understand. I just cast Pack the House. Pack the House is a horrifically designed card too. Why quadruple down on why release 100 horrible cards? Let's try to minimize them, right? Pack the House is the same, yeah, but Pack the House costs 2 more, and I got less stats than he got, or about the same. Maybe they miss lethal, yeah. That's okay. I mean, this Shaman deck has 1 Pack the House. I think we played it really well, and then, like, I think maybe it was Ectoplasm was mentioning, you do sort of hit a wall at some rate where you just, if you don't have 8 Pack the House, you can't beat the guy who has 6 Pack the House, you know? You hit the wall around 8, yeah. But this deck typically, I think, goes much less than 9. We had Pack the House a lot. Early in the draft, we got it in our mulligan and kept it, and then won a game where we cast it on turn 6 or 7 or whatever. In another game, we kept it and had the weapon that reduces the cost, right? So we actually cast it on turn 5 one game, where we just coined